my side of town, the knives are sharp, the cars are fast, and the hits are lethal. I was standing on the street corner studying the scab on a busted knuckle when I heard high heels clicking along the sidewalk. As I raised my head, my eyes traveled up a pair of legs I thought were going to the moon. But they stopped traveling when I got to her face. The kind of face that turns the rest of the landscape into a backdrop. When she walked by me, I wanted to say something, but when I looked into my mind, it was as empty as a blimp hangar. So I just watched her walk away, which put a severe strain on the amount of saliva that was being pumped into my mouth. 3 guys came out of the cafe. The one with a toothpick stood in her way. The other 2 circled her. They talked dirty. She got scared. She tried to move. One of them grabbed her dress. Another grabbed her hair. I intervened. The guy with the toothpick swallowed it, along with 6 of his teeth. The guy who grabbed her hair lost an eye and 3 ribs. I don't want to talk about the last guy. She bawled me out for 10 minutes about my testosterone level and being prone to violent behavior and left. I felt a twinge and looked down to see I'd opened the scab on my busted knuckle. I saw her a year later in Washington, D.C. I just stepped out of a bar and was checking to see that my jaw wasn't broken from activities within when I saw her stop at a red light in a Mercedes. Suddenly someone rear-ended her. And don't ask me for any more comment than that. When she got out to check the damage, 4 senator types got out of the limo and started talking dirty to her. You know the way these government types do, trying to outdo each other at the expense of someone who won't protest. But when they started putting their hands on her, I intervened. I hit one guy so hard his teeth fell out like candy out of a piñata. After a knee to the midsection, the second guy folded up like a lawn chair. The remaining 2 took off running for their office. And I don't mean as nominees. I mean as bunny rabbits with a yellow stripe down their backs. She looked at me for a second through slitted eyes, then bawled me out for loving to fight in the street and for following her, and then got in her car and drove off. I'll tell you, I hoped I'd never see her again. A year and a half later, I was flying to Thailand. I had a first-class ticket. I was nursing a bump I'd acquired from giving a guy a headbutt a couple days before. Halfway there, I saw a beautiful woman get up and walk down the aisle past me. It was her. She didn't notice me. I turned around to watch her walk away, and I saw 3 guys and a girl carrying automatic weapons standing there in a line in the aisle. They started screaming about freedom for the masses, and we're doing this for our people, and then something about a spotted owl. I'd heard about terrorists, but I'd never seen them before. Mostly I think they're bored people who need a hobby, model airplanes or something. I was just going to tell them that when one of them shoved the girl down onto the lap of a fat vegetarian with the barrel of his AK-47. That did it. I intervened. I hit the first guy between the eyes with an elbow. Snapped his head back so far he bonked the guy behind him, who bonked the guy behind him, and so on down the line. It sounded like coconuts. They were out cold, or dead, I didn't care. But I walked across their faces just to make sure. I was steamed. When we landed, she was all over me for hurting some poor people who were upset because of unfortunate conditions they had no control over. She insisted I never follow her again, which was fine with me. Then she disappeared off the plane. I had a good time in Thailand. A few weeks later, I got on a plane for Tibet. We taxied out to the runway when the pilot came over the loudspeaker saying we had to return to the terminal for a moment. The door opened, and she got on and walked into first class. As we took off, I reached in my pocket and slipped on my brass knuckles and looked out the window and waited for the trouble to develop.